Now then, and welcome to today's video, which is going to be an adventure that I've been wanting to do for absolutely ages. I've always fancied wild camping. I've never got round to it, and I'll probably get into the reasons why later on, but I've been watching a few YouTube videos lately and I've just got to the point I'm like, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to walk up the A66 from where I am now, which is at Greeter Bridge, and there's a section of an old road called Dyson Lane, used to join the A66. If you don't know the A66, it's the main east-west road across the north of England. It's a massively busy road, big dual carriageway, but I'm hoping to do a wild camp next to that, which, you know, diving at the deep end, you know me. So I'll bring you back later when I'm sort of got going, because I want to get there. It's already nearly 6 o'clock. I obviously want to get there while it's still light and get all set up, and if I can set up there, which I hope I can. I think it's pretty safe to say there's going to be car noises all the time. I will, you know, at times be further away from the road, and I will be further away from the road slightly where the camp is, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay. But I do sort of want a bit of wild, daft adventure, danger element to it, so this is why I picked this spot, and the fact it's an old road that used to join onto the A66, and a lot of the T-junctions have been removed now because it's too dangerous, the T-junction onto a really main road. And so it's blanked off, it's a dead end now. And I went and had a look the other day, and it's not great for camping, but I think there's just enough space to squeeze the little tent in that I've got. So I'm really hoping that's true, otherwise this is going to be a long wasted walk with a big pack on, but I think it'll be okay. So we're just going to carry on walk along here, alongside the A66. And then, yeah, wild camp for the first time ever, come on. Right, well, I mean, the footpath sign seemed to point me this way. I'm going to come right out and say I don't think this path gets a lot of use, if this is indeed the path. Not sure. I know the crossing is along here somewhere, so hopefully the two of us will intersect any minute. In fact, I can see a fence at the bottom there, so maybe that fence is where the official crossing is. I'll find out. Yep, looks like this is the crossing. Okay. Just clearly doesn't get a lot of use. So yeah, we're going to cross the A66 now. Let's go for it. The danger. I think we'll be alright. Okay, we're over this side, and whether we can get across before this next set of cars, I'm not totally sure. But, no, we can't. Never mind. So yeah, where we're going, you can see that green sign in the distance. More or less opposite that green sign is where we're headed, and where the road used to join onto this A66. And we're just going to be the other side of the hedge. But I'll let this wagon get past, and I'll get over. Get over. So where I am now, this little track leads again alongside the A66. But it leads to this old section of road that no longer joins onto the main road. The only traffic that's going to use this is obviously walkers and cyclists maybe, and farm traffic, agricultural traffic. So I am taking a little bit of a risk that there won't be any tractors or agricultural traffic or the dreaded dog walkers while I'm there, because I'll definitely get found if there are. But yeah, just across the road is where I used to live. Right, we're nearly there, and this is where we'll find out whether my tent actually will fit on the bit of grass that I spotted when I was there the other day, because to be honest with you, it did look as though it'd be a tight squeeze, but hopefully we'll figure some out. I've kind of got a B plan if this doesn't work. There was a path back there, looked pretty run down, but it was between the verge and the A66 and the houses the other side, so at a push I could put it there, but I think I'd be too near people's houses. I mean, I'm kind of tempted, you know, I could literally just put it right where I'm standing now, but if a tractor or vehicle comes along, I'm toast really. And also I'm a lot more visible. There is that building up there, I don't know if you can see it, so I don't know if people live there or if it's just for work, but if I get where I want to be, that'd be better. Okay, so here we are. This is where I'm hoping to camp tonight. As I say, there's not a lot of good ground. Potentially there, I guess. When I was there the other day, I sort of dismissed it because it wasn't very level, but it's wider than where I'm planning on going, which is just kind of here. There's a section here which seemed flatter. I'm hoping I can squeeze my Fox 2 tent in that gap. And I will give you a tour of the area once I get settled in, but at the minute, I'm definitely not going to put my tent up yet. That'll be a fatal error. And I know I can put my pegs in, so you see the road has been taken out up to there. So my next step now is I want to get this pack off my back and get myself a beer. Okay guys, so I ran into my first problem with the day, which is the legs of my chair was sinking into the ground because I assume where the actual tarmac ends, I've just filled it in with gravel or whatever, so it's quite soft. So I'm going to have a bit of a look around, find something to put under the legs, otherwise I'll have to sit in the middle of the road all night. But I'm going to sit here for now and chill, get a beer, and then next top priority is obviously getting everything set up. I don't think it's going to get dark for a while, but for my own peace of mind to know that the tent fits in there. So right, without further ado, as they say, cheers. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm not quite there yet, but the actual tent's up and I'm quite pleased actually, because I thought it'd be a right squeeze, but as you can see it's fitting in nice. I haven't got my airbed pumped up yet. I haven't got my foil mattress underneath or any of that set up. I haven't got all my food out yet, but I have had a beer or two, so that's better. Main stresses of building it have been the ground so soft, so the pegs just want to come out, so I've had to be ingenious where the pegs actually went. So yeah, I'll carry on putting that up. I'll catch you in a bit. So we'll do a little tour. I know a tour of a wild campsite's nothing new for YouTube, so I'm not inventing anything new here, but that's my chair from Technology. I mean, everything I've got is off Amazon. This Fox 2 tent is off Amazon. It's labelled as a 2-person, but you'd have to be in a relationship with a second person, I think. I've got, as seems to be recommended in a lot of the camping channels, I've got a foil mat underneath, got the Euro Hike, oh no, Hill Peak, sorry, fit up a mattress. The Hike Man pillar, I do love a pillar. So, and because I'm an old wimp, I've got a hot water bottle which I'll be filling later. I love a hot water bottle. Jelly babies for later. And then we've got the last of my cans, some water obviously. For tea I've got Tilda Caribbean rice and peas, and high protein chili con carne, which I'll cook on the old jet boil, which I'm hoping I can do by putting water in without getting it mucky, just sort of boiling it. And I'm going to add some, set this upside down, yeah, some sweet chili chicken fillets into that. I've also got a couple of steak bakes from Morrison's, which I grabbed on the way out, and these aren't energy drinks, they're full of Jim Beam, so I've got about a third of a bottle of Jim Beam, something like that. I feel like I'll need a drink. And I'll have a little word about this one. I might as well talk about this now. 19 Crimes red wine in a can. This is a little tribute, a little shout out to the Blot Outdoors show. In fact, I might as well talk about that now. So yeah, I might as well mention now the Blot Outdoors show. I'm not trying to rip him off. I think it's great what he does. They laugh me head off. It's got everything I love in life, like daft adventures, a load of drinks, getting outside and taking life not too seriously and just doing stuff. So yeah, if I do anything here that looks like you would say on Blot Outdoors, that's because I watch it a lot. And whatever else you might think of it, it really was the motivator to get me out and finally try wild camping. I said earlier I'd mention my illness. I don't really want this video to be about that. I don't, whatever, but I do think anyone else who's got an ILD, interstitial lung disease, that's what I've got, a lung disease. So a few months ago, last year, I was made redundant of a job, from a job I'd had 32 years. And in the space of a few months, I had that, and I was diagnosed with a chronic lung disorder, which will only get worse. And it sort of curtailed a lot of the activities I used to love doing, cycling and what have you. And I got in a bit of a lull really. And one of the things I did was watch loads of YouTube videos of people doing stuff that I thought I could never do again, because I get so out of breath from little things. Anyway, one of the things was wild camping, which I'd never ever done before. I'd always had a bit of a fancy for it, but I don't know, sorry about moving about. I'd always had a fancy for it, but I'd always do other stuff, you know, the long distance cycling, when I cycled down to, from Barnard Castle down to King's Cross and got the train back, stuff like that. I used to love stuff like that, and then I couldn't do it. So like I say, I got a bit down, and I watched, endlessly binged Blot Outdoor Show YouTube videos, not just him, like Steve Wallace, and just anything really like that. Anything that didn't take itself too seriously, and it was just somebody thinking I'll have a daft adventure. So yeah, I watched that in the mindset like, I can never ever do that again. That's the end for me. And then one of the things he always, I'm sorry, I don't want to make this into the Blot Outdoor Show like part 2, but one of the things he always used to do was talk, every now and again he'd do a little pep talk of like, if you think you can't do it, if you think your mental health's not good enough or your physical health's not good enough, you can. And if you think you haven't got the gear, it's not expensive, just get it. Anyway, eventually some of that must have sort of sank through, and here I am doing my first ever wild camp, right by where I used to get the bus to school. This road, like I say, used to join the A66, and I used to live just across the road. I'll show you all that in a minute, but I just wanted to mention that because it might look like, oh, this bloke's just copying Blot Outdoors, he's doing a wild camp, having a load of drink, what's so special about that? But I think that's one of the reasons I used to, well, not used to watch. I watched his channel because I thought, yeah, that's me. Daft adventures, not take yourself too seriously, have a few beers, take the mick, you know. So yeah, cheers Blot if you're watching. You're probably not, to be fair, but other people who are watching who might know what that is. And yeah, so that's why I got that kind of red wine, just as a sort of little mini tribute. I seen it in Morrison's, I thought I've got to do that. So yeah, I'm all set up now. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll show you, I'll get you a bit more footage, but what I want to do is show you where I used to catch the bus to school. So we'll do that. So about here, obviously this was a real road, like a proper road. It's overgrown both sides now, but about here, I always remember looking at that tree, was where I used to wait for the school bus. And every day from junior school, from I was at Ravensworth Junior, all through Richmond School, so quite a lot of years I would stand here, and I would have to cross, I mean, I know you're not going to be able to see it now, but the A66, which admittedly wasn't a dual carriageway then, a single carriageway, but still was a really busy road. So fair play to mum and dad for letting me do that. But that's what I used to do. And right, I think I'm going to catch my breath, have a little bit more beer, and then I might have a steak bake. I do love a steak bake. I did actually think of going up there. There's enough space to put a tent, but firstly it's a private field, but that might have been okay. But when you look at how the fence is, that'll probably come down with me on it. You can see the farm buildings up there in the distance, and it'd be just my luck. We're like, oh yeah, you've knackered this fence, you've got to fix it now. So yeah, I ruled that out, although it does look great. But I'm happy with where I've got, because like I say, it's long been a little ambition of mine to camp here, and now I'm actually doing it. I'm not in the tent yet, but I will be. Hopefully I won't get busted. Oh, nice sunset, look at that. Yeah, and yeah, I was going to just show you some footage, but the cars are a bit unpredictable. There's nothing and then loads at once. This is the road where I came down earlier. Cheers. And oh, that sunset, it's worth it for that. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock now, and yeah, it's proper coming cold. It wasn't cold for ages. Like, I was in my t-shirt to, like, I don't know, half an hour ago, 20 minutes ago. Right hot. But yeah, it's good cold now. I'm glad I bought my sweatshirt. I'm glad I bought a jacket, and I'm glad I bought my hot water ball. Anyone sort of dissing me for having a water ball, they are an absolute game changer for camping. Sorry, but I'm a big fan. So I'm having my steak bake now. Not my hot food yet. I'll have my hot food later. I think when I feel like I'll feel cold later, and that's when I'll have it. Yeah, so it's blown the lid off. I think it's okay. I think it's still cooking it. I reckon the rice is next. Give it a go. Oh, I tell you what, as long as it's hot, I'll be happy. I did want the lid on, but it turns out those rice packets are too big. I've been eating this, and it's lovely, don't get me wrong, and it's warm, but it's not hot. So if you're thinking about using your jet boil as like heat up the water and then heat up with sachets, it's not a great plan. I reckon go through the pain of having a pan, heat the pan. I mean, it's nice, I am enjoying it, but it's definitely as hot as I want it to be. I'd like it hotter, but hey, it's wild camping. Or is it stealth camping? We can have that argument in a bit, but yeah, here I am next to the A66 in the cold, in the night, eating, like, okay, I'm going to say hot food, but hot-ish food. I'm happy with it, that's for sure. I'll get this down me. After this, all I've got left is some Jim Beam. But I'll probably finish off, why not? and then it'd be bedtime. I get my hot water bottle out, and if you hate water bottles, if you think hot water bottles are for like wimps, yeah, all right, I'm a wimp. I love a hot water bottle when I'm camping. I think it's an absolute game changer. I really do. So, yeah, I'll eat this, then I'm going to jet boil back on to hot water bottle back up, and it might even be bedtime really. Although I might have a little watch of these cars going past in the night. Like, do they ever stop? Maybe, I don't know, but I'll have this, and I don't know really, I'll just carry on with my night. Are they though? Are they really though? Probably not. Here we go then. Put the water on now. The hot water bottle. Don't judge me. You judge me if you want. I'm not really bothered. I might not have enough water because a lot steamed off when I was doing the old trying to cook 2 sachets in water. It didn't really work. So a lot steamed off in that, but hopefully there's enough for my hot water bottle because I'm a big fan of hot water bottle. It's about 10:30 now. Once I get this hot water bottle hot, I'm probably going to get into bed. Because to be fair, this has been absolutely mint night. I can't even tell you. It's been absolutely class. I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it. Even though I'm staggering about and maybe I'll be cold all night, who knows. But this has been quality. I've loved it. So, yeah. I'm going to wait till this boils. Fill my hot water bottle up. So I'm still waiting for this to boil. But do you know what? I'm just going to proper confess. Earlier I was cold and I gathered a load of sticks and I was going to light a fire, and I just thought, do you know what, you do not light a fire if you're still camping. So yeah, I'm slightly guilty, but I didn't do it, so that's good. Do not be lighting fires, because obviously once you've lit a fire it's clear you've been here. Here's the old camp. I'm going to get it in there in a minute because I'm proper cold. And yeah, get the hot water bottle going, and I'm going to tuck myself in a minute. Put my gloves and hat on, which I've got. Still not boiling. I thought it'd be boiling by now, but it's not. But it will be, and then it'll be bedtime. Right, so basically, I'm pretty sure it's bedtime. I've got my hot water bottle in, but I don't know. It isn't as hot as a hot water bottle normally is. I don't know why. But I've got a hat on, hoodie, t-shirt, vest. I do wear a vest. And yeah, I mean, I know you probably think, oh, the noise of the cars, but I grew up across from the road from here, so it's almost relaxing for me to hear the cars fly by. So yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Morning. Yeah, it's just making its way to 6 o'clock, so yeah, not the best night's sleep. Although weirdly, like, I was warm. I was frightened I'd be cold, but whether it was the combo of the foil mat, the old woolly hat, or the secret weapon of the hot water bottles, probably that. Anyway, I was toasty warm. I was pretty comfy, but I didn't drink enough water last night. Started on the beers when I got here, kept on drinking, and I mean, I didn't bring enough water, to tell you the truth, but I was shocked by how heavy the pack is. I bought what I thought was small, light gear, but yeah, the pack was getting really heavy, and I minimised water, but I didn't bring enough, and then I just didn't drink it, and so I woke up with a stomaching headache this morning, and I've had a little drink, but I feel too rough to get back to sleep properly. So I think what I'm going to do
is get up and just start packing. Really, it's always a longer job than you think, isn't it? So yeah, pack everything up, get myself sorted, and I mean, it doesn't feel like early because the birds have been chirping away for ages. They're louder than you think. The cars and vehicles didn't wake us up, but the birds did. So yeah, I'm gonna get sorted. I'm gonna get up and packed away. So yeah, that's today's plan. Okay, there we are, that's me packed up. Everything's packed in my rucksack ready to go, and then I've got a bag obviously for my rubbish. Not leaving anything behind apart from a patch of trampled grass you can see there. That's where I was. I mean, it fitted in easy really. When I was scoping it out, it looked like it'd be a struggle, but you can see there, I've trampled down more than I actually needed. I was only really in that centre bit. So now that I'm packed up, I'm going to get myself along this lane, make my way back to the car for a nice cup of tea and a shower, I think. Right, so as I say, that's me done. It did take a bit longer to pack up than I thought it would. I was coughing and hacking a bit. You know, I don't want to go on about being ill, but yeah, the cold air didn't agree with my chest at all, so there's quite a bit of coughing and hacking and a very slow pace to packing up, but that's okay. I've got my bag of rubbish, got my pack back on, and all I've got to do now really, make my way back to the car, as I say, get myself home. But it's a job well done. Do you know what? Like, something I've always wanted to do, and at one point I'm sat at home thinking I can never ever do it, and I've done it. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. I might have felt rough this morning. I did have a bad head, definitely, but I'm absolutely chuffed to bits that I've managed to like get the job done. I think that wagon thought I was some sort of wagon spotter. Gave me a little pip because I was filming the wagons. Ooh, wagons! Oh, I can do it. Oh, can you though? Yeah, easy. So that's me, bacon sarnie, more or less polished off, a couple of bites left, and rounding off what's been, on the whole, a great adventure really. As I said at the start, I've always wanted to do a wild camp. Got to the point where I wasn't sure I would even be able to, but now I've done it. And yeah, hungover, a bit chesty, but overall, fabulous experience. To say I've like ticked that one off my bucket list, so I'm super chuffed to have done that, excuse me. So all that's left to do now really is get myself home, a nice hot shower,
and maybe another cup of tea. I've just had a lovely cup of tea from that snack van, like, and seen it, I could not resist. So yeah, stay tuned to find out what the next adventure is. So what I'm going to do now is, firstly, try out the lights on my new selfie stick, which I've just bought especially for this, but also drink me 12 Crimes red wine in a can, which I'm doing. The only reason I bought this is because I'll blot outdoors, which, you know, judge me if you want, I'm not bothered. He's the guy who sort of persuaded me I could do it. I could do a wild camp, and you can too, I'm sure. Like, I know nothing about nothing, but I'm just like, turned out of the house, got a few beers, got some food, got some tent stuff, and here I am. So cheers, Blot Outdoors. You probably never watched this in your life, but yeah, that's why I got this 12 Crimes, just because you always buy this, and now I'm going to drink it. So cheers.